Welcome to the deep dive.
Okay, so today, forget the usual stuff. We're actually going deep on, well, a flower pot. A gray rectangular one I grabbed at the store this morning, May 21st.
Sounds mundane, maybe.
Yeah,
But actually, we've got your notes here examining a flower pot design from your Notes on Gardening series. And our plan is to, unpack how even subtle design choices in something this simple
huh.
can really make a difference for successful gardening, easier plant care.
Exactly. It's not just, a container to hold soil. So, okay, picture it. Plain gray, rectangular, pretty standard. But when you look closely at the bottom, there are these features that seem pretty deliberate.
Yeah, the notes highlight 4 raised sections on the base. Each one has a normal round drainage hole, but then it also has these horizontal slots within those raised bits. That's less common.
Okay, so the raised parts, I get that. Lifts the pot up a bit, lets air circulate, helps drainage, that makes sense. But the slots specifically, what's the thinking there? Well, think about it this way. By raising the drainage points and adding those horizontal openings, you're basically creating a better escape route for water. A flat bottom, even with a hole, sometimes water can kind of pool around it, right?
Hmm. Yeah, I can see that.
These slots, they almost like actively guide the water out, which is really good if you're someone who maybe waters a bit too enthusiastically sometimes. Helps prevent that soggy bottom situation.
Ah, right, prevents the pooling. And root rot, I guess.
Definitely helps fight root rot. And the notes also hinted these slots might be good for bottom watering. How would that work?
Yeah, that's interesting. So if you set the pot in a tray of water, those slots essentially increase the surface area where the soil can soak up moisture from below. It's not just relying on that one central hole, potentially.
Right, like little channels drawing the water in. So it seems designed for flexibility, kind of caters to different watering habits.
Clever. Okay, then there's one more thing mentioned. This single raised point, like
Yeah.
a little nub right in the middle of the base. What's that likely for?
Couple of possibilities, probably. One is just structural integrity. When that pot's full of damp, heavy soil, that central point could add some rigidity, stop the base from sagging, or worst case, cracking.
Makes sense. Like a little support beam.
Exactly. The other thought, which connects back to the watering idea, is for those self-watering setups. Lots of them use a wick, that pulls water up from a reservoir below.
Ah.
That central point could be perfectly placed to kind of hold a wick like that securely.
Okay, wow. So you've got these different elements, the raised sections, the holes, the slots, this central point, all seemingly working together to manage water really effectively, whether you top water, bottom water, or use a wick system.
Precisely. It really underscores something.
Hmm.
We focus a lot on sun, soil, fertilizer, and those are obviously crucial. But the actual pot, the container itself, it plays a really significant supporting role. Good design makes the whole process easier, more forgiving.
So yeah, summing it up, this basic-looking pot is actually pretty well thought out. Raised sections, holes, and slots for optimized drainage and flexible watering options. Plus, that central point for strength or maybe self-watering.
That's the gist. It really does make you pause and think, doesn't it? How much design thinking goes into everyday stuff we barely notice.
Absolutely. And that kind of leads to our final thought for you listening. How often do we just use things without really seeing them, without appreciating the hidden decisions behind their form and function?
Mm.
Maybe take a second look at something simple around you today, like this flower pot. Could be anything. What other ordinary objects might be hiding some surprising design intelligence? We're thinking about.